Welcome to module number 1, and we are going to be laying the foundation for population health practice in our very first module. So let's go ahead and get started with the module itself. We are going to have Dr. Berwick join us in our Think About Our Thinking portion of the course, and Dr. Berwick is actually an emeritus from the Institute for Healthcare Improvement, and he an integral and very knowledgeable individual about the triple aim and about the experience of health and what really matters in healthcare, which sometimes we lose sight of those things. And Dr. Berwick has a very common sense approach to population health and improvement. So they really work hand in hand. So we're starting out there. And then we're going to move on to, again, from the Institute for Healthcare Improvement, is looking at upstream thinking. And this is something as not only population health practice, but as leaders, we really need to shift our focus to be more proactive and away from what we tend to be is very reactive. And that's how healthcare is structured, very honestly. So you as innovators have the opportunity to shift and change and think in that really upstream way to focus on constant improvement versus just reacting to what's going on. And that will always happen. I know that. But again, it's a shift in thought process. Again, population health is sort of a shift in thought process away from sick care to focusing on healthcare and mitigating risk as we're examining how we're going to change and lead the change in healthcare. So the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation is very strong in building some of the concepts of population health and building that culture of health framework. Again, just like we're building cultures in our organizations, we need to build culture in society, a culture of health, so that folks can thrive and elevate their experience of health wherever they happen to be in the trajectory of health. So with that being said, the model that we're looking at right now is some of those concepts of thinking about how, as leaders and as change makers, we can help to change the way we're thinking about health and starting to create that culture. And as we know, cultures don't occur overnight. So it's a way of thinking, it's a way of acting, it's a way of infiltrating how we live and breathe to actually shift to a culture of health. So some of those fundamental principles, going back to ethics, we're looking at some of those principles such as equity. We'll have to look at some of the principles such as health literacy, cultural humility, all those things that we looked at early on, we're applying in the same culture of health focus that we're having as we move to population health. And with that being said, it's moving beyond a particular organization. We're looking at the integral nature of systems and connecting with systems, working in a collaborative fashion to elevate outcomes in a very coordinated and systematic way. And that means extending beyond our immediate locus of control and pooling resources to elevate outcomes, especially when resources are very sparse, so to speak. Okay, as we move on, our readings are quite a few. Take a look at chapters 1, 10, 11, and 12. And again, it's starting with that foundation and looking at the bigger picture as well is really important when we're examining population health and how the nurse plays into population health. And then, of course, here are the resources, and some of the foundational resources include the Triple Aim, looking at the different population health models, really rethinking some of what we think about as far as behavior-driven outcomes. Quite a few videos in this section that may help you to kind of broaden perspectives, which again is very important. We're going to dive into the American Organization for Nursing Leadership, and they have population health competencies that correlate with their executive competencies as well. So we're going to dive into the core functions of population health. So this is a very broad foundation that we're building, and as we're designing our own definitions for population health, we're going to look at that foundational definition from Stoddard and Kindig, and they are the ones who started out, so to speak. This is considered the classic definition of population health, so we're starting out there, but again, it has evolved, and population health focus does look different in different areas of practice. So you need to think about the context of your practice and what is appropriate for population health practice at this time. So we're also going to look very global, going to look at the World Health Organization, and again, additional information from the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. So that's just a quick snapshot of our very first module, and just know that we're going to dive deeper into some of the concepts as we're looking at the two forums within our module as well. So let me know if you have any questions or concerns, and I look forward to our upcoming conversations. Take care now.